Welcome back to another Test Stuff install tutorial. In this one I'm going to be showing you how to install the second generation rotating screen mount for the Model 3 and Model Y. Now because the Model 3 and Model Y share the same center console, screen, and dash, the installation process is going to be exactly the same. But you should know that if you do have a Model 3 built 2020 or earlier, then your temp sensor cover is going to be different than the one that you're going to be installing from our kit. It's literally just a different covers, but whenever I get to actually installing the cover, I'll show you the differences. Now, when it comes to tools needed, you don't really need anything. Everything is included within the kit. The only thing you're really going to need is a microfiber towel to actually sit the screen face down on so it doesn't damage the screen. And then our earlier kits included a wrench for the 10mm bolts that you're going to be undoing. Our newer ones include an actual socket, but if you do have one of the earlier ones, and the wrench is not working, just know that you can pick up one of these for $2 or $3 at your local hardware store. So now, starting with the installation, the first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, take the screen off. This is definitely the most nerve-wracking part if you've never taken the screen off before, but it's fairly straightforward. First thing, go ahead and clear out your entire center console area and close the door. And then go ahead and go into your vehicle settings, into display, and turn on screen clean mode. You're going to be touching the screen. You don't want to accidentally do something that you didn't mean to do. From there, go ahead and grab the pry tool that came with the kit.
Go ahead and look up underneath the screen. You will see this panel right here. Now, ones built after 2020 or the ones with the second generation center console are going to have what kind of looks like little holes covering up the temperature sensor. The older ones will be kind of just, there won't be holes and there'll be this little dot. That will be a different cover that I mentioned earlier. But go ahead and take your pry tool and insert it into this little insert right here. And now you might be tempted to try and pull, but instead just push up. Just push it up in there. Just keep pushing it, and it will eventually pop out. From there, you will see your temperature sensor.
So now go ahead and grab the Phillips screwdriver that came with the kit.
Now, you're just going to want to unscrew these two screws right here. One right here, and one right here.
Once you've unscrewed it, make sure you put this in a safe place. We're not going to be reusing it, but this is part of your OEM car, so you are going to want to keep it just in case. And then take the two screws and put them in a safe place as well. You're not going to be reusing them, but you still probably want to keep them. So now that you've gotten the temperature sensor cover off and the temperature sensor disconnected from the cover, you can now access the 10mm bolts.
Looking up underneath of here, you can see we have a bolt right here, and then right here. So now, go ahead and remove them.
Make sure you put these bolts somewhere safe. I recommend putting them in the cup holder.
Now, with both of the bolts off, the screen is ready to come off.
Go ahead and prep the center console area with your microfiber towel, because this is where the screen is going to lay. Now, this part is very nerve-wracking because you need to pull the screen with some force, but you don't want to have too much leverage to where you can pull it really far. It only needs to come out maybe about 6 inches, if that, before it's fully released. So what I like to do, I like to get somewhat close and just like that. As you hear, I hit my stock, and then go ahead and just lay it down. Now once you have the screen off, your next step is going to be to get this piece right here off. Now once you have the screen off, you're going to want to go ahead and use this right here for the Torx screws. This is included within the kit. And looking, you'll see you have 2 Torx screws. So go ahead and just unscrew them. You can lift this out, and you may need to move the screen to give you some more leverage. And make sure that you put these 2 screws in a safe place. I recommend the cup holder again. Now from there, your next step is going to be unplugging the screen. Now in order to unplug the screen, you're going to need to remove this little white clip. It's fairly easy. You'll see a little opening right here. Right here. Just go ahead and kind of work with it. And it'll eventually kind of just slide on up. And what I like to do is just fully remove it by just pushing it out. And then set this in a safe place because we're going to need this later on to reinstall it. Now from there, in order to unconnect the screen, go ahead and take your Phillips screwdriver, and you'll see a little clip right. This little clip right here, push that in, and you'll see it stays in. Then do not grab and pull on the wire. Grab and pull on this kind of magenta plasticky tip. Now sometimes even with the little clip pushed in, you still can't get it out because it needs to be pushed in a little bit more. If you want to use the Phillips head to push with one hand and then pull on the magenta part with the other hand, that's what I always find to work best. And there we go. So now, go ahead and take this piece and put it off to the side. You're not going to be using it again, but it is an OEM part that you're probably going to want to keep. Now you're going to want to go ahead and move the screen off to the side, either on the dash or maybe here on the center console or on the armrest. But make sure that the microfiber towel stays underneath of it just to protect against any screen damage. There we go. Now we're actually going to start putting on the pieces that come with the kit. So first up, you're going to have this piece right here. This is the actual bracket. As you can see, it has 2 pieces right there, and then it has this piece that actually moves. You're going to install it just like this into these little bracket areas, or into these like little rails. Now once you have the bracket in place, your next step is going to be to take those 10 millimeters that you just took off, and you're going to be inserting them through the same hole that you took them out of. But now that your bracket is in there, this is what's going to be keeping your bracket in place. These holes right here, you're just going to want to put them up and feed them through there, and then tighten them in. You will need to work with this to get them up in there. make sure you tighten them pretty tight because, well, you don't want your screen rattling back and forth, and that'll happen if you don't tighten these two bolts enough. Now our next step is going to be to get the cover on. You'll see this part right here has the cutout. You're going to feed the wires through here, and then you're just going to work this cover over the bracket. You can twist the bracket to make it a little bit easier, and then just kind of hang on to the wires so they don't get caught underneath. Twist the bracket back. Now that we have the cover on, you're going to want to work it in. You're going to see clips at the top and clips at the bottom. We recommend lining up the bottom first. So I'm getting these clips in first. And it can feel like it doesn't want to go in, but if you just work with it, it will eventually go in. And yeah, it'll just take a little bit of working. And the cover is now on, and it's pretty snug. No major gaps. Now, the size of the gaps you get, or if you get no gaps, will entirely depend on your car's original build quality. So my screen, like my normal screen without this, had a gap up here about this size anyway. So of course, with this on, it's going to have around the same size of a gap. Now that we have the cover back on, the bracket and everything installed, you're going to want to go ahead and move your screen back down here to its original position, preferably without hitting your glass. Now, before we go ahead and plug the screen back in, you're going to want to grab this piece, your second piece. This is your collar, and it can only go on one way, but we're not putting it on just yet. We're going to want to feed it. Make sure that if you want to go ahead and kind of just see which way it goes, like I said, it can only go one way. Do that and then feed it up this wire right here, not your temperature sensor. It only goes through your main screen wire. Once you have the collar fed through, go ahead and reconnect this to the screen. Just reconnect it the same way that you disconnected it, and you are going to have to move the screen up just a little bit. Once it's in, you'll hear it click. And now you can go ahead and grab the white piece from earlier, wrap it around, and it goes facing with the long end pointing down. And that long end goes over that clip that you used your Phillips screwdriver to push in. Push it down, and you'll hear it click. And that's how you know it's good. From there, go ahead and place the collar back over. Once you have your screen reconnected and the collar piece lined up, go ahead and grab those Torx screws from earlier, and you're going to be screwing it in here and here. Once you have screwed the Torx screws back in, it is now time to put the screen on the mount. Now, prior to putting the screen on, this is your chance to go ahead and tighten the tension. So use this tool and slide it up and then turn it to the right. You don't want these loose. I mean, I guess you could loosen it just a tad, but anything more than that and the screen's going to start moving on its own while you're driving, going around corners, hitting bumps. So prior to putting the screen on, if you have been moving this a lot and or you think maybe it came a little loose, go ahead, use this tool and tighten it up. So now go ahead, lift up on your screen and slide it into place. It can only go one way. Now once it's on, it's going to be extremely loose, so be very careful to not hit it off. You're going to want to grab the two other bolts included with your install kit, these two right here, and you'll have an Allen wrench included that will help you. And then these go somewhat diagonally up behind it.
From the front, they go right here, and the same thing over here, right here. Just put them up and tighten them in.
Now you're going to notice when you're tightening them, your screen's going to start to move, and that's just because it's moving into place. And now your last step is going to be attaching your temperature sensor to either this, if you have a newer model, or this piece if you have an older model. I have a newer model, so I'm not going to be using this. If you have this style of cover, the one with the holes in it, then you're going to use the one with the holes in it. But if you have one that is solid with a little dot or a little hole, then you'll use this one.
So now you're going to grab your temperature sensor along with your correct cover, and you're just going to line up the holes here, and you're going to use the included screws to screw it in. And this right here, what you use for your Torx screws, can be used to screw these screws in as well. Once you have gotten your temperature sensor screwed in, you can now just place it up and in to this part. It has little clips, so it just slides and snaps right into place. And there we go.
And there we go. That is how you install the screen rotating mount for the Model 3 and Model Y. It goes left, right, up, and down.